Graves is a hell of a competitor, but he's a grappler. There's no way he's gonna be able to strike with this big dude, Brody King. Brody's gonna murder this guy.
Well, the faithful here at PCW Memorial Hall seem to share that sentiment. If you listen to their chants, collar and elbow tie-up and the power on display of Brody King. Rear waist lock now by Graves. Gonna look for a takedown. Gonna be hard pressed to finish that. And look at that, just shrugs him off.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to use any of his hip strength there. Just literally elbow and shoulder, able to toss Graves across the ring. And Graves looks confused by the strength of Brody King.
And that's the question, and now Brody King is looking for the test of strength. Can Graves get in close to lock in, maybe get a hold of an arm, maybe go for that torturer's crown?
I like it. If you can't reach it, how are you gonna play a little game of mercy there? Oh, wow.
That's how you do it again, chopping him down to size. Now the knuckle lock here early on by Graves, who can absolutely take you apart. He's gonna have to get King horizontal on the mat. Not easy to do, and now overpowered by the big man.
The thing about Joe Graves is that he's actually a mat-based technician. As you can see here, going now for that Kimura, it actually looks like a elbow submission there. And I mean, Graves is so innovative, Todd Kennelly, and he's gonna have to keep Brody on the mat in order to take the advantage.
Almost a variation of an omoplata, that shoulder lock, and now really keying in on that arm. And Brody King is kind of like one of the arms of Warbeast, that ever-evolving monster that is Warbeast. He, in fact, too, kind of the muscle of the group.
And it's interesting to think that actually Brody King only coming to the ring today with Kevin Sullivan, not bringing the other members of Warbeast. It speaks to me in the sense that Brody King wants to get this done on his own, and now he's in big trouble here, Todd.
Well, Kevin Sullivan's got a heck of a MK costume. Does that look like MK to me? But what do I know? Now, submission attempt.
MK, Kevin Sullivan, they're both the geniuses, of course, of Warbeast.
Look at this. This will take some starch out of the big man, as Graves now is looking for that rear naked choke, but the power on display by Brody King. Graves has not broken the hold, though, Christian. It's will versus skill right now.
He's got that locked in real strong there, now just able to power out. He's Brody King. And Graves, and you can see it's right underneath the chin, and brilliantly, King able to slam him back into the turnbuckle. It does not feel good to get slammed back there, and King now taking over.
This is not where you want to be with Brody King. Just peels him all the way out of the ring. Excuse me. And this big man is an athlete for a heavyweight. Dives to the outside.
Goodness gracious.
Crowd comes to life here, and Brody King trying to send Graves right back. You know, Graves was built from 6 feet under. I think Brody King trying to send him home.
Yeah, this place is lit. I mean, these fans are crazy. They're already slamming on tables and banging on their chairs. These PCW fans don't mess around. Kind of like how Brody King right now not messing around with Joe Graves.
Joe Graves, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion who now I believe has got a lock and using that barricade.
That doesn't mean anything here, Todd Kennelly. It doesn't matter whether you're Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, Karate, or any of the other dim sum type of Asian martial arts that these guys think they're good at. When you're going up against Warbeast and you're going up against Brody King, you're going to get that ass whooped.
I think he gave King a little taste of his own medicine. What do they like to say? All violence is legal. We're seeing a violent side here at Graves.
And of course, and look at this now. Whoa! Oh, man. Hard landing for Graves as King displays his strength and just tosses Graves up into the air and lands on the hardest part of the ring on the edge of the apron.
And no big surprise that a member of Warbeast would be an expert at using his surroundings as a weapon. Those tag team title matches have been absolute melees. The time of possession, the time on the outside of the ring greatly outweighs the time spent in the ring, and Brody King has learned from the tutelage of Sullivan and Joseph.
He sure has, and now look at Joe Graves here. Not usually wanting to go up to the top, but able to hit a missile drop kick, and that could turn the tide for Graves. Look at this.
What's Graves doing here, though? He's got a long way to go. He's going to have to close the gap in a hurry. Can he do it? No, just gets swatted down by like a fly there by Brody King, knocking him out of midair. Looks like he should be on top of the Empire State Building.
And I can tell you, Brody King, 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". I mean, he's humongous. If you've never met him in person, he's bigger than you even think he would be. And when you get slapped in the chest by a massive guy like that, it'll knock all the air out of you, and then you follow up with a beautiful cannonball like that.
Brody King now in total control. To your point, Graves went upstairs, and that is uncharacteristic. He had to change up his game plan, and it cost him. He's not used to the high risk. It did not pay off the second time around. Now gut wrench, and nice takedown defense here being demonstrated by Graves.
Ooh, big headbutt there. Wow, double leg. Wow. Incredible strength by Joe Graves.
Graves plants him, but being swatted out of midair has taken a lot out of the gas tank of Graves. Not being able to immediately capitalize, and that might cost him here, Christian.
And certainly it is stunning to watch Joe Graves work as he, again, yes, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu master, really. I mean, you could call him a master, but in professional wrestling, he's also a master. This guy's been around for quite a while. He's made a lot of waves here in PCW Ultra, and Brody's in big trouble here, Todd.
Uh-oh. Throttled here by Brody King. Nice counter, and now we've transitioning into striking. What do you think gets the better of this?
Well, to me, it's so far 50-50, but you don't want to strike with Brody King. He's a huge dude. He gets the advantage and lands a huge lariat.
You got to think out in the crowd. Stan Hansen is smiling. That was one right out of the playbook of the lariat.
All the stars out here today. PCW Ultra refuse to lose. If you want to get tickets, if you want to meet people like Stan Hansen, all the other legends that pass through this great company, just go to PCWUltra.com or like PCW Ultra on Facebook.
Back to the playbook goes Brody King. Gut wrench into a power bomb. Absolutely folds up Graves, and now Brody King saying that is going to do it.
Yeah, I've seen guys say that before, though, and Joe Graves is going to be real tough to put away. He looks out of it here, but I think he could come back. Oh, it was a disrespectful slap. I love it from Brody King.
Yeah, blatant disrespect. He's got the man out. Graves is dangerous. You better put him away when you have the shot, and that's exactly what King has in mind. He's put countless away with that cradle shock. But
look
counter
at this.
now.
Look at this.
What a transition there by Graves.
And he's got that in tight, Todd Kennelly, if you see it. And he's going for that same strategy. Just back up into the corner and try to get the wind out of Joe Graves and just get him off you.
I think that only allowed it to allow Graves to cinch it in more.
Oh, this is dangerous here, Todd.
Well,
high-risk territory here.
By any means necessary. Wow, both men come crumbling down with Graves.
He still goes for it. He has it.
He is like an alligator in a death roll, and the referee calling for the bell. Is King out?
He's out. He's out. Break the hold, Graves. And what a statement by Joe Graves as he took some time off to heal, missing from Pacific Coast Wrestling for a while, and now back. And he puts away one of the biggest monsters in PCW Ultra. Brody King is now laying down unconscious, and Graves elated.
And look at the look on the kisser of MK. He can't believe it. Their monster, that big right arm of War Beast, eats a defeat in the center of the ring. Now, I don't believe King ever tapped out, but do you think, King went for broke, trying to break
no, he didn't,
out
he
of that.
Tap.
Do you think that maybe he hit his head on the way down and he succumbed to the choke and went under?
It's a great observation. I think he was actually already out, and the referee knew it when they were going up to the top. That's why they fell. He was completely out. Then Graves just went for the choke again, but it was really fundamental at that point. Brody was already really loose in the noggin at that point, and then he just pushed the ref. He's looking to kill somebody. I'm out of here.
Well,
I'm not standing around here, buddy.
The old adage, Christian Cole, you don't wake a sleeping giant. Clear the way, get out of the way, get out of the path of Brody King. Wow.